Okay, so I just had the craziest time trying to get even in the airport. So left home pretty early today, drove 3.5 hours to the airport, had my check bag, a backpack, and a carry-on bag. And when I got to the gate, or to the gate agent person, I hand over my passport and she says, it's not letting me check you in. So what had happened was, back when I booked these tickets, I had a different last name. When I changed my last name, I called Iceland Air and I called the third party that I booked with, and they assured me that everything was fixed. It was like 6 hours on the phone of getting all that fixed. Provided my new passport, even paid some money to have it changed because, you know, heaven forbid we change name on a booking. Anyway, about 45 minutes later at the ticket counter, I finally got checked in, checked my bag. They even let me check one of my carry-ons because they were calling for volunteers, so that worked out. And then I went through TSA, all was good. Now I'm sitting down eating, or about to eat, and about to enjoy a Guinness because I need it. And I will film some more once we get to the gate to fill you in on how things are going with the apartment and things that I've learned, and kind of some adventures that we've had the last couple days. Okay, so I just went to the ticket counter at the gate and I have a standby ticket. Did not pay for a standby ticket, I paid for a regular ticket, so to be determined if I can even get on this flight. But some things that I learned recently with the app that I was using to transfer the money from my bank account to the landlord for my apartment. For the large amount of money that I had to transfer, it takes like 4 to 6 days, and I was supposed to get my keys yesterday, or the landlord, or the the realtor was supposed to get the keys for me, but because that money hadn't cleared and it was stuck in Wise, which is the app that I was using, they weren't going to give us the keys. Luckily, this morning at about 5 o'clock, it did clear, and I texted my realtor. She had a friend of hers who's a realtor go over to the apartment, get the keys, do the walkthrough at like 4:45 her time, so we have keys to the apartment, yay! Otherwise we were gonna have to, I was gonna have to get a hotel or something for a couple nights because they weren't gonna do anything on the weekend. So now we have somewhere to stay. I have ordered an air mattress, and on Monday I have a huge IKEA delivery coming. So hopefully we can build all that. Other big events that happened this week. So over the weekend, my 15-year-old cat started showing signs that she was declining pretty quickly. And Stella was going to stay with my mom once I moved because she was just too old to make the journey. However, I think Stella was ready to say goodbye, and on Monday we did put her down. So she is resting peacefully now, and that was a big traumatic event on Monday, but I'm very at peace with it because Stella has gained her little angel wings and she's with Stanley, her brother, now. So then last night I was taking my mom's dog out and I tripped down the stairs and sprained my ankle pretty bad. So my first thought was, oh great, because I have to walk a whole bunch the next few days. And I thought it was broken at first because it hurt. It hurt that bad. But after icing it, wrapping it, and elevating it, I think I'm going to be okay. It's sprained pretty bad, but I have it wrapped and I'm wearing boots today to hold it in place. So we'll see. You know, it keeps going. But hopefully we get on this flight. And I'm flying from Nashville, Tennessee to Reykjavik, Iceland, on Iceland Air, and then from Iceland to Amsterdam. From Amsterdam, I'm going to have to take a train to The Hague, and then from the central train station, then I'll take a little tram, and then I'll have to walk about 2 blocks to my apartment. But I'm meeting my realtor there at noon tomorrow to get the keys and the walkthrough, and I'm very excited. So more to come. So that's my plane about to take off, and I'm not on it. Apparently my third party that I booked my ticket through, which, lesson learned, don't do that. The third party booked me a standby, so the plane was completely full. I did not get on it. The nice people at Iceland Air are trying to rebook me, but I called Go-To-Gate, the third party, and talked to somebody in India, and they said, no, we didn't book you as standby. Iceland Air is insisting they did. So, yay, we're gonna adapt. Okay, so I'm back in my apartment, hence it's so echoey. My Franklin, Tennessee apartment, not my Hague apartment. So, what had happened last night, basically, I was put on standby for the flight, which I did not book a standby ticket, and I was pretty upset about that. And it was a completely full flight, and the lady at Iceland Air was so nice. I need to find out her name to make sure I put in a good review for her. She went above and beyond to make sure that I was communicated with, and that she was telling me, you know, hey, this is a full flight. And at the very end, we were like crossing our fingers. There were a couple people that didn't show up. They showed up just as they were about to finish boarding. So I did not make my flight last night. However, they did rebook me today on Saturday at 2:30 p.m. So I'll be flying on Delta, so that's cool with me. I like Delta. And I'll be flying through Detroit, and then from Detroit to Amsterdam. So not going to Iceland this time, but that's okay, we're still getting there. Which it all works out because I did get an $800 credit for Iceland Air because of the issues. And how this whole thing started was when I booked my ticket, I booked it under my married last name. And when I legally changed my name, I called to get everything changed. Well, I booked it through a third party, and that third party, well, never do that again. It's called Go-To-Gate, do not use. They did something, whatever, but then I couldn't check in online with my Iceland Air app because there was an issue with my name not matching, and they had to verify my passport. Understandable, got that. So I went to the counter to check in about 3.5 hours before my flight. And unfortunately, too many people had already checked in, so I was bumped to standby status because I was one of the last people to check in. Womp womp. So, oh well, we're moving on, kind of roll with it. I had my like 1.5 minutes of crying last night, but luckily I have a place to stay, so I still have an air mattress in my apartment in Franklin. So this morning I ran to Starbucks, got a coffee, and I have a Lyft coming to pick me up here in about an hour. And hopefully we will be in the Netherlands this time tomorrow. We'll see. Okay, we made it to Detroit, and that's my plane, and I have an official ticket with a seat number, so here we go. I am in the Netherlands, and I am on the train on the way to Den Haag to my apartment. So once I get to Den Haag Central, I'm going to get some coffee, maybe pastry, and chill there for a little bit until I need to go meet my realtor at 11:30. But we're here. I'm in Den Haag Central. Look at the ceiling in here. And kind of been killing some time because it's not time to meet my realtor yet, but had a cappuccino and a croissant, and about to catch the tram. I decided to take the tram because I got an OV chip cart, which is like a bus pass type thing, and it's not that far. So I'll go ahead and take the tram in about 15 minutes, and I'll still be a little early, but I'm excited. Okay, I'm outside my apartment waiting on the realtor. It's really cold. I'm not used to this cold, but my nephew pointed out there are naked ladies above the door. And that's all we'll do for this video. The next video will be about the apartment. So don't forget to like and subscribe. And thanks for joining me on this adventure.